guys, and welcome back to the Mighty Blues. My name is of course Cameron, and in today's video we are going to be previewing the game Everton versus West Ham on Sunday afternoon at Goodison Park. Massive game for Everton. It really is a must-win game, so we'll be talking a little bit about it in this video. So I've waited to make this video for a day or so because I did want to see Marco Silva's press conference before I put together this video. Obviously you guys know I like to predict the team in every video. The team that I've predicted is up there, but with all the injuries flying about and with all the fitness issues with some of the players, I didn't want to make this video before I seen that press conference because I wanted to gauge an idea and have an idea of who will play on Sunday against West Ham. So, having said that, I have put the team up there. I've gone with Jordan Pickford in goal as usual. I've gone with a back four of Luca Digne, which we'll talk about in a second, Kurt Zouma, Mason Holgate and John Joe Kenny. So obviously John Joe Kenny is pretty self-explanatory. Seamus Coleman is out injured, actually for not as long as we expected. It's said, Marco Silva said that it's only about 1 to 2 weeks that he's injured for, which is fantastic news because it was feared that he may be out for about 2 months. So brilliant news that Seamus isn't going to be out for too long. John Joe Kenny steps in, of course. Now put Holgate and Zouma there because I think they've done well so far this season. We know that Yerry Mina trained for the first time at Finch Farm on Friday, so I don't know. He hasn't been ruled out, it hasn't been discussed. Marco Silva hasn't said that he will be in the squad, he won't be in the squad, but I would suspect that if he is involved in the squad in any way, shape or form, it will be a place on the bench. I don't think he'll come in and start as of yet. Like I said, he's only had that one training session, he has had an injury to overcome and obviously the fitness as well as not having a pre-season because he was at the World Cup. So I do think it'll be Zouma and Holgate. And now the biggest decision that I probably had in making this starting 11 was Digne or Baines. Now this isn't a decision in terms of the fact that who I believe should play. I believe Lucas Digne should play because I think he's been brilliant in the games that he's played this season, and he's definitely showing that he can play that left back position and that he can, you know, match Leighton Baines and he can be the perfect replacement. But I just don't know what Marco Silva will do with obviously Jags being ruled out, Coleman being ruled out, and it being a bit speculated with the captaincy, like I discussed in the video that I made yesterday or a couple of days ago. It'll be a couple of days ago when this video goes out. I'm not too sure what he'll do. I'm not too sure whether he'll try and sort of shoehorn Leighton Baines in, just so we've got a captain there, because Leighton Baines has been described as one of our 3 captains by Marco Silva, or whether he'll stay with Lucas Digne and stick with his guns and just have the captaincy given to Gylfi Sigurdsson or Jordan Pickford or somebody like that in the team. But I put Lucas Digne there because he is who I'd like to see in that left back position, but I would not be surprised if Leighton Baines was put in. And I'm not against the idea of Leighton Baines being put in. I think Baines has performed well this season as well. Don't get me wrong, I would like to see Digne because Digne is going to be the long-term replacement for Baines, so I want to see him playing as much game time as possible now rather than in the future. And I think if Leighton Baines is put in, it may just be to sort of ensure that we have a captain on the pitch and not because he's you know, proved his position over Lucas Digne. But I'm not too sure how that one will go. I'd put Digne because that's who I would like there. Put a central midfield of Morgan Schneiderlin and Idrissa Gana Gueye. Obviously Gana Gueye is back now from his brief injury that he had before international duty. He partners up with Morgan Schneiderlin as per usual. That's a partnership that we see quite often. I have put on the left hand side Bernard. Now this is another one that I was sort of humming and hawing about because I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin may end up playing there. Dominic's impressed so far this season, he's scored a couple of goals and he has naturally played on that left hand side, but I just don't want to see him playing there because I don't think he's beneficial there, and I don't think it's good for him, I don't think it's good for the team, and it's not good for his confidence to play on that left hand side because he's not a left hand side player. He's a player that should play directly through the middle. He's a direct striker, and I think in order to progress his career and progress his future and get the best out of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, you've got to play him in his natural position, which is through the middle and not sort of on the wing. So I put Bernard there. Bernard has been certified as fit by Marco Silva. He hasn't been certified as sort of match fit in terms of fitness, but we know he's not carrying the injury anymore, so he's been certified as in the running for the squad. So I do think there's a possibility that Bernard will come in and start his first game for Everton. You know, it's a game against a team that have been very poor this season, a team that we can easily beat. I'm not saying we will, but we can. So I think it'll be good to see Bernard there as well. Obviously I put on the right Theo Walcott. He has been declared fit as well. Again, fitness issue. I'm not too sure where he is with that fitness, with his fitness situation. He did have a little injury again before the international break, but he's been declared fit enough to be involved in the squad. So I would think he would play on that right hand side. The normal Gylfi Sigurdsson playing through the middle there. Obviously, he might take the captain's armband. We don't know that yet, but it is a possibility if Leighton Baines isn't in the squad. And then Cenk Tosun playing up front as the striker. Cenk we see often as the striker, and I'm sure he will start to crack on and score goals as soon as possible, and hopefully he gets a tally underway against West Ham. At the end of the day, they've lost four games so far, conceded a multitude of goals, so there's no better team really to kick off the tally against them this Sunday. So let's hope that Cenk can get that done. So in terms of the opposition, West Ham United, what we know so far. So we know that they've obviously lost all 4 of their Premier League games so far. They did win their Carabao Cup game against Wimbledon, but in terms of Premier League, they've lost all 4. I'm not letting that sort of taint my view on this game. I'm not letting that make me get my hopes up, because I know full well West Ham will come all guns blazing. They'll come needing to prove a point to themselves, to their fans, to everybody really, that they are a good enough team to play in the Premier League. So they will come strong, and they've got some good players. They've got some players that can definitely hurt Everton and definitely can hurt other Premier League clubs. They've got the like of Arnautovic, obviously Yarmolenko has started, which we haven't seen much of, but we know from the Dynamo Kiev game in the Europa League a few years ago, he done damage against Everton. Granted, it was a lot worse Everton team than what we're seeing now, but he's still done damage against Everton. They've obviously got other players that are proven Premier League players, not saying they're good players, not saying they're class players, but they can definitely score goals and they can definitely hurt teams, and that's why I don't think we should underestimate West Ham at all. However, retrospectively, we should be winning this game, and we need to be winning this game. It is a must-win game in terms of that. We've had our draws this season. We've played, the Bournemouth that we should have really took the 3 points. Huddersfield, which we really should have took the 3 points at home. Wolves, which again a game that we could have took the 3 points. So this is definitely a game where we need to take that 3 points and we need to win this game. It'll be a strong game at Goodison Park. I think it will set in stone sort of how the season's going to go in terms of home performances. If we can get through this game, we can get it through it, and we can put in a great performance and score a few goals, because it shows that we can pull through at home and we're not going to be stuck in this whirlwind of stupid draws that we should be winning. So hopefully we can get that win. Like I said before, I should expect Cenk Tosun to get underway. I hope Cenk Tosun gets his goal tally underway. Obviously we know Richarlison isn't involved because he is still suspended. He comes back in against Arsenal away next week. So the team should look strong, and it doesn't matter if we've got Bernard in, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, if we've got, Baines, Luca Digne. It doesn't matter who plays, we should have a strong enough team to beat West Ham United, because they have been poor this season, and yes, they will come to prove a point, and yes, they will come strong, and they have got good players, but they are definitely beatable, and it's been proven 4 times this season already, and we can definitely hurt them with the attack and presence that we've got. And I do believe if we can get that first goal in sort of the first 15-20 minutes, then we can go on to score a lot of goals against these, and we proved it last season when we played them at home, and Rooney scored that sort of worldie from the halfway line. We've proved that once we get a goal, we can then break teams down a lot easier and get more goals. It is just getting that first goal and obviously not conceding. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. It is an interesting one. Like I said, the Lucas Digne, Leighton Baines situation, I'm not sure who will play. I would like to see Digne play, because I think he has been the better performer so far this season, and I think he offers Everton a lot more in terms of attacking, just because Leighton Baines has lost his yards of pace, obviously, with his age. Whether you think Gylfi Sigurdsson's going to get the armband, whether you think somebody else in the team's going to get the armband, seen a few shouts for Jordan Pickford as well. As like I said, I think it is a good shout, and I think he is the type of player. He's a leader, he's a dominant player, he gets in the face of players, he's shouting constantly, but I just am a little bit put off by that goalkeeper position and the fact that he's not going to be in and around the pitch for 90 minutes, obviously, because he's playing in the goalkeeper position. So yeah, that is about it for this preview. Like I said, it's a game that we really should be winning, and they are a team that we really can't beat. They will come to prove a point, and they will come strong. They've got players that can hurt us, Arnautovic, etc. But as long as we can take that pressure on, and we can manage that pressure, and we can put in a good defensive performance and make sure that we don't let anything slip through the defence, then I think once we can get that first goal, we'll then start to break them down, and I think you'll see the gates opening really, and hopefully we can score about 3 or 4. Not, as I say, I'm not going to throw in a score prediction. I don't like to do score predictions because it could go any way, but we're definitely a game we should be winning, and definitely a game we need to be winning if we're going to kick on now this season. We've had our draws, we've had our stupid draws that we should have took points off. This is definitely a game where we should just get our heads down, get the victory in any means possible, whether it's by 4 goals, whether it's by 1 goal, get the victory and then push on from there then. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments section down below. Sorry, do you think that, you know, like I said, do you think that Baines will start and take the captaincy? Do you think somebody else will take the captaincy? How do you see this game going? Do you think St Tosin will get his goal tally underway finally? Do you think that Bernard will start? Do you think that Calvert-Lewin will start? Do you think that, you know, Bernard will be able to soak up that pressure and put in a good performance? It'd be interesting to see your guys' comments in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, do drop it a like. Again, thank you so much for the massive support recently. We've just hit 40 subscribers, which is absolutely massive, 10 away from the big 50, so hopefully we can get that sometime soon. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, do leave it a like. I'll be coming at you with the review of this game on Monday, and we'll obviously see if anything that I've said in this game has come true. We'll see if the team that I've put up there is the team that we see, and we'll ultimately see if Everton have managed to get a victory, or if we've stalemated to another draw, or even worse, giving West Ham their first 3 points of the season. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon on the Mighty Blues.